As pantry shortages and panic buying swept through 2020, many turned to creative cooking, reviving meals from the Great Depression. Foods like meatloaf, once staples during hard times, are surprisingly reappearing on dinner tables across America as people adapt to new challenges. Depression-era chocolate cake, with its simpler ingredients, still packed plenty of flavor. With milk, eggs, and butter in short supply, cooks adapted by creating recipes that closely resemble today's vegan options. According to Ann Arbor News, this creative ingenuity helped make the most of limited resources.
This time around, I know what I'm fighting for.
Oh, yeah? What's that, Jimmy?
Milk.
Culinary expert Tracy Wilk explained on the Today Show that cakes like red velvet, which emerged during the Depression, often replaced butter with oil to cut costs. Typically, butter keeps cakes moist and tender by preventing tough gluten formation in the flour. In a unique twist on chocolate cake, this Wacky version uses vegetable oil or any neutral oil as a dairy-free butter substitute. Oil doesn't need refrigeration and helps maintain the cake's softness. The recipe also omits eggs, which are usually responsible for helping cakes rise and hold their shape. Instead, vinegar and baking soda create a reaction that allows the cake to rise, giving it a light, airy texture. Baking bread became a viral trend during the 2020 quarantine, with many trying their hand at homemade loaves, if they could find the ingredients. Yeast, however, was in short supply due to panic buying, leading to a surge in online searches for yeastless bread recipes. According to Delish, searches for phrases like "no egg cake recipe" and "canned ham recipes" spiked as people adjusted to cooking at home. One popular recipe that resurfaced was a Depression-era quick bread from the 1932 Five Roses cookbook by a Canadian flour company. This peanut butter bread, which requires no yeast, gained traction again on Reddit as home cooks had more time to experiment in the kitchen. Quick breads are perfect for dense, dessert-like loaves. Thanks to baking powder, preparation time can be halved, and peanut butter bread doesn't require kneading or rising. A make-do recipe born out of the shortages and rationing of the 1930s, it remains as practical today as it was during the Great Depression. The same plant that threatens your perfect lawn is actually a highly nutritious food source. According to Mother Earth News, for generations, people have harvested wild dandelions as a springtime tradition. Often labeled a weed in the US, dandelions are targeted by millions of pounds of pesticides annually, as they're considered invasive. However, this plant is packed with nutrients, and many modern home cooks are rediscovering it for its culinary and health benefits. Clara Canucci-Ari, a chef who lived through the Great Depression and passed away at 98, learned to make dandelion salad by gathering these bitter greens during tough times. When foraging for dandelions, it's important to avoid areas sprayed with pesticides, clean the greens thoroughly, and discard any wilting or brown parts. Canucci-Ari's Depression-era recipes, which focused on simple, affordable ingredients, feel especially relevant today as people look for budget-friendly meal ideas during the 2020 pandemic. Dandelion greens can be eaten raw, but Cup of Zest suggests cooking them in bacon fat for a richer flavor. Serve the wilted greens with crispy bacon and a hard-boiled egg to create a more filling dish. When foraging, look for tender, smaller leaves and avoid overly bitter stalks for a better taste. Rice pudding has stood the test of time, remaining as beloved today as it was during the Great Depression. This simple, hearty dessert became popular during tough economic times for its affordability and ability to feel like a special treat. Its popularity surged again during the 2020 pandemic, as it's made with just 4 ingredients, and the shelf-stable rice makes it perfect for uncertain times. The best rice for pudding is typically high-starch varieties, like those used for risotto or sushi, which help create the creamy, comforting texture. Combining rice with milk and sugar results in a sweet, satisfying dish. Rice pudding also offers plenty of room for creativity. In Ireland, it's often served warm, while in the US, it's more common chilled. Add-ins like vanilla, cinnamon, or jam can enhance the flavor, which may have been hard to come by during the Depression. This budget-friendly comfort food is not only easy to make, but also offers endless variations, making it an ideal choice for anyone looking to try a new recipe or stretch their ingredients further. Water pie is one of the simplest desserts you can make, originating in the 1930s when ingredients were scarce. With just 6 basic ingredients, hot water, sugar, butter, flour, vanilla, and pie crust, this sweet treat requires little effort but delivers a surprising amount of flavor. Despite water being the main ingredient, it doesn't result in a watery mess. Instead, it creates a surprisingly sweet, buttery filling. The secret to its success lies in chilling the pie, which helps the thin filling set and maintain its shape. According to Southern Plate, using a deep dish pie crust ensures the filling stays intact, preventing any bubbling over during baking. If vanilla isn't available, Amish 365 suggests substituting cinnamon for a delicious twist. This simple pie offers a creative and budget-friendly dessert for those working with limited pantry staples. Old-fashioned baked beans offer one of the simplest and most affordable dinner options around. Beans are inexpensive, hearty, and easy to purchase in bulk, making them a perfect choice when you're looking to prepare a filling meal on a budget. While navy beans are a classic at barbecues, they can be enjoyed year-round as a quick and satisfying homemade dish. The tradition of baked beans dates back to the Pilgrims, who would cook them the night before the Sabbath to avoid work on the holy day. To recreate the rich flavor of classic Boston-style baked beans, the key ingredients are bacon, honey, and molasses. While the dish is traditionally made from scratch with soaked beans, canned versions work just as well for a shortcut. If you're missing some of the sweeteners or don't have bacon on hand, feel free to experiment with alternatives like spices or even a splash of beer to enhance the flavor. Another creative twist on this Depression-era dish is the addition of hot dogs. In the 1930s, the Depression sandwich was born, a hot dog on a roll, topped with fries and whatever vegetables were in season. This affordable working-class meal found its way into many homes as a budget-friendly protein. Combining beans and hot dogs became a popular way to stretch the meal further, adding flavor and filling up the whole family with minimal cost. The use of graham crackers for pie crusts during the Great Depression can be traced back to both marketing by Nabisco and the influence of Sylvester Graham, a 19th-century Presbyterian minister. WBUR reports that Graham advocated for fiber-rich, unprocessed grains, condemning white sugar and overly refined foods. He promoted homemade, whole foods over mass-produced products. In response to Graham's teachings, bakers in Boston began crafting graham crackers, though the treats would have disappointed him due to their processed nature. These same bakers eventually formed what would become the National Biscuit Company, now known as Nabisco. During the Great Depression, to boost sales, Nabisco launched ads disguised as editorials, labeled Cracker Cookery, claiming scientific backing for the health benefits of their crackers. These ads promoted graham crackers as an inexpensive and simple alternative for pie crusts, requiring no flour, sugar, or rolling pin. As a result, many bakers across the country adapted recipes like key lime pie and cheesecake to use this new crust. Decades later, these classic pie recipes, with their graham cracker crusts, continue to be popular in kitchens across America. Meatloaf is a timeless, budget-friendly dish that's known for its ability to stretch a small amount of meat into a hearty, flavorful meal. This quality made it a staple during the Great Depression, when maximizing ingredients was essential. The concept of meatloaf dates back to 1899 in the US, according to the Oxford Companion to Food. However, it became particularly associated with comfort food in the 1930s, as it offered a warm, filling meal for families struggling during hard times. Even today, it remains a low-cost, satisfying dinner option. The key to a great meatloaf is using less tender cuts of beef, such as chuck or rump, which becomes soft and flavorful when ground. To make the most of small portions of meat, inexpensive fillers like crackers, oats, tapioca, or even breakfast cereal are added. A touch of ketchup brings extra flavor without driving up costs. For those who grew up with meatloaf, its return to the dinner table is a nostalgic reminder of what true comfort food is all about.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf!
During the Great Depression, nothing went to waste. Families made do with what little meat they could find, grew their own food, and foraged for extras. In recent years, the concept of reducing waste has been revived with techniques like nose-to-tail cooking, which uses all parts of the animal, including less common cuts, bones, and organs like liver. A similar trend, known as eating the whole plant, involves utilizing every part of a plant, from roots to leaves, in an effort to minimize waste. Depression-era potato pancakes are an early example of this resourceful cooking, turning leftovers into a hearty meal. By frying up mashed potatoes or potato scraps in oil, a satisfying pancake is created. Many chefs recognize this as a variation of latkes, and according to the Buffalo News, potato pancakes can be customized based on personal preference or available ingredients. Whether you use grated potatoes or mashed ones, adding breadcrumbs or mozza meal can help make this versatile dish your own, showcasing the creativity and thriftiness born from difficult times. Chipped beef became a Depression-era favorite due to its affordability and surprisingly tasty flavor. Eat this, not that. notes that chipped beef on toast, also called SOS, originated as a military staple during World War I. The term SOS could stand for same old stuff among soldiers. During the Depression, fresh meat was often too expensive or scarce, but canned chipped beef, similar to Spam or tuna, was both affordable and accessible. This made it a go-to meal for many struggling to stretch their food budget.
I can't tell you how full I am with salted meat. I'd eat 2 more cans if I could.
Chipped beef on toast features a creamy gravy made from flour, butter, and milk, poured over toasted bread with dried beef. This versatile dish can also be served over biscuits, potatoes, rice, egg noodles, or used in casseroles. Simply make the sauce like gravy, then mix in the salty chipped beef for a comforting meal. During the Great Depression, key food items like sugar, coffee, meat, butter, eggs, and cheese were heavily rationed. According to Living History Farm, the government restricted these staples to prevent hoarding, support wartime efforts, and stabilize the economy. Fast forward to the 2020 pandemic, where panic buying became a challenge, and many cooks turned to vintage recipes like poor man's cake for a budget-friendly dessert or snack. This simple cake relies on basic pantry ingredients, with raisins taking center stage. Instead of eggs, baking soda is used to create a light, fluffy texture. Topped with cream cheese frosting, the cake offers a sweet contrast to the tartness of the frosting. The cake's hearty, dense texture is complemented by spices like ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove, making it a perfect treat for colder months. This nostalgic dessert mirrors the resourcefulness of earlier times, providing both comfort and creativity when ingredients are limited.